right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this mini training. I'm so excited for this because this is about being versus doing. And this is really, really important because I know that in this 3D reality, we're so focused on the doing, right? Successful people about doing the work and working hard. And when we talk about doing our inner work, or what some people refer to as shadow work, right? We have to do the work, do the work, do the work. We have to do the meditation. We have to do the dream boards. We have to do the affirmations. We have to do the journaling. We have to do the visualizing, right? And all of that doing can just be way too effing much, right? And trust me, I know. Trust me, I know. And so that's why I'm creating this, because we forget that we're always being. We're always being something. And in that being, we're always broadcasting something. Okay. We could be broadcasting scarcity, or we could be broadcasting abundance. We could be broadcasting force, or we could be broadcasting flow. And one of those always speaks to the universe in a way in which allows. Okay. But ultimately, we're always speaking to the universe. But the trick is, and what we all want is to speak to the universe in a way that allows us to receive, to be in flow, to be in peace, to be in ease. And so that's why I've created this. I got my handy dandy notebook, and we're just going to go ahead and get started. So I heard this amazing definition, and this came from Cesar Millan, actually. He said that being is when thinking and feeling are in alignment. Okay. And so there's something that I want to point out here. Again, we're always being, okay? Our thinking and feeling pretty much are always in alignment, right? Just like Joe Dispenza says, you cannot think beyond what you feel. Your nervous system literally cannot receive information beyond the biochemistry or the emotions, the hormones that create that body chemistry. So you cannot feel anything that is outside of those limitations of what hormones are being produced, right? Your nervous system is not open to receiving any information that is not equivalent to what you are presently thinking. Okay. So when thinking and feeling are in alignment, that means that you are being. So you can be in a place of where you're being anxious, where you're being scarce, where you're being forceful, where you're being depressed, right? And you can also be in a space where you're being abundant, where you're being happy, where you're being a divine channel, where you're being in flow, when you're being in receptivity, when you're being in gratitude. Okay, I don't mean to beat a dead horse, but you see, in every single moment, you are being anyway. Okay. And the trick is, again, to be in that space where your thinking and feeling is directly in alignment with what you're looking for, working towards, wanting to manifest or receive. And so I have this laid out here so that it is crystal clear for you, so that when you exit this, you know exactly how to be and how to come back to a place of, when you're in a space of doing, coming back to being, so that whatever you're doing is influenced by your being in the highest and best way. Okay, so I just want to lay this out really quick. So doing, okay, those are like doing the tasks. You're doing all of the things. It's more busy work driven. Okay. A lot of times it feels chaotic. It's coming from a space of chaos. It's coming from a space of trying to quickly solve a problem. It's coming from a place of scarcity. It always feels like things need to be fixed, or that you need to be fixed, or that things in life need to be fixed. That's more in a space of doing. Again, scarcity, force, fear. Okay. Now being comes from a place of calmness, certainty, and confidence. Okay. Being, the high vibrational being, the being that we're all trying to achieve, comes from certainty, calmness, and confidence. Okay. We're present and we're peaceful in this place. Actually, I'm just gonna throw this puppy up here so I don't have to keep looking down. And we're also observing and adapting in this place. So again, being is when you're thinking and feeling in alignment. And so you're thinking and feeling in alignment of feeling calm, being calm, feeling confident, thinking confidently, and being certain and thinking certainly, right? You're having very thoughts with clear direction and certainty. Okay. Now, I also want to define outcomes versus tasks, okay? Because this is actually a very important conversation. So, I mean, like if you're not seeing progress in your life and you're doing all of the things, but nothing is changing around you, you're more than likely doing and you're more than likely in a tasks versus outcomes mentality. And so I'm going to define these for you. So tasks are busy work. It's this illusion that we're actually getting things done when in reality, if you look at it, it's not really measurable. It's not really like tasks are not really making progress. It gives the illusion of progress because it gives us that dopamine hit that says, oh, well, I accomplished something today. Yeah, but did you actually move mountains? Yeah, but did you actually move forward, progress forward on the game board? Did you actually move up 3 spaces, right? This is like the best example that I can give of tasks versus outcomes is that let's say that your kitchen counters are a total mess. Okay. You know that you need to clean up those kitchen counters, but instead you go and organize the silverware drawer, right? Because of whatever reason you think that's important. Maybe because there's silverware on the counter. And so you need to, honestly, the reason doesn't matter. But here's the thing. Okay. The task is changing and organizing the silverware drawer, when in reality what you need to do, the outcome you need to achieve in order to have a clean kitchen, is to clean up those kitchen counters. Does that make sense? So then in the outcomes, it would actually be cleaning up that kitchen counter. And then if the silverware drawer needed to be organized, then you would do that too. But you see the difference here. One is making, if the goal is to have a clean kitchen and you're choosing the task of organizing the kitchen drawer, it's like getting ready to get ready, right? You're not really doing anything. It's just busy work to make you feel like you're making progress. When in reality, you can look around at that kitchen counter and be like, yeah, I'm really not. I still have a dirty kitchen. Does that make sense? Outcomes are actually making progress. It's actually moving that chip or placeholder on the game board that shows that you've actually moved 3 spaces forward. It's actually having that clean kitchen. It is measurable. You can say, look, yesterday I didn't do this, and now I've done this. Now I have actually made progress. Now I've actually made a leap. Usually it's sustainable. So like, even if it's just for a few days. So let's say that you're running your own business and you send out an email, or you're looking to get more leads, so you send out an email. That email, what is the outcome of that email, right? To get those leads, or to reach out to customers, to reach out to investors, right? That's the outcome of that email. And more than likely, you're going to get a result from that email. Okay, whether it be you get a new lead, you get a new investor, you get a new appointment, or it gives you a database as to that email was not successful. How can I upgrade that? How can I change that? Okay, but there's always a result, a measurable result at the end of an outcome, something that you can tangibly see. And sometimes it's even within yourself. Okay, sometimes it's not always tangible, but you can ethereally and emotionally feel that progress. So if you're trying to quit the negative thinking, right, and you're doing all the meditation and you're doing all of the reprogramming and you're doing all of this, but you're still frantic, you're not doing anything. You're really not doing anything. Okay, the most important thing is in the space of being. So what does that look like for your inner work? That looks like becoming present with the moment. Okay. That looks like when you are upset or angry, pissed off, resentful, and you're trying to change your emotional state of being. First of all, what is the outcome? What you have to clearly define. You have to clearly define, what do you want? Okay. If you want, so let's just use this example. You're feeling pissed off. Okay. And you know you shouldn't be feeling pissed off, because in that state of being, your frequency is going to attract more reasons to be pissed off, right? So in that space, right? Okay, so I'm feeling this, you acknowledge and you acknowledge it, okay? Then you ask, what is the outcome that I want? Okay? And in that, the outcome is to feel happy. Okay. So then you take a look at your options. And you're like, what is the most effective way? What is the most effective thing? The one most effective thing that's going to make me happy right now. That's going to change my vibration, change my state right now. And then when you choose that and implement it, it completely changes your state of being. So it's a measurable, like, wow, 15 minutes ago I was super pissed off, and now I'm feeling happy and better. And so then it's also the strategy, right? What is the strategy that you apply? Some ways to change your state are listening to something motivational, listening to a success story, turning on some of your most favorite songs that always get you juiced no matter what, rewriting your dreams and your goals, closing your eyes and meditating and visualizing, connecting to the future that you want, right? Those were just 6 different examples of strategies that you could use to get the outcome. Okay. And it's up to you to decide which is the most effective one. I know just recently I was in that place where I had to get into a different state, and I tried meditating first, and that wasn't working. And so I had to turn on music that would pump me up in order for me to feel better and be present. Okay. So again, a task is making you feel like you're getting progress done or that you're moving forward, when in reality, you're actually not. It's just a dopamine hit. And then an outcome is actually something measurable that you can see, sense, or feel that is actually moving you in spaces across the board. Okay. So the reason why being versus doing and tasks versus outcomes are so important, because no matter what, right, we're always being. And in a lot of ways, and pretty much in every way, we're always doing. We're always doing something, okay? We're either looking right or looking left. We're either walking or sitting, okay? We're always doing something. And when it comes into relation of our inner work and wanting to overcome negative thinking, or wanting to overcome self-doubt, or wanting to overcome our addiction to stress, or whatever it is, okay, the person that we are being as we go to execute an outcome, a strategy that will result in an outcome, or even a task, okay, because sometimes tasks are necessary, okay, but the state of being that you approach whatever you're doing matters. Okay, this is why I believe that affirmations are not as impactful as they're hyped up to be. I do believe they have their place, but I don't think they're as effective as they're marketed or advertised. Okay, so if you're going into, let's pick an example so I don't ramble. Let's do the negative thinking. Okay, so if you're choosing, let's say you were like, okay, I'm negatively thinking, overthinking, and my outcome, the thing that I want, is to just feel some mental peace. Okay. And so if you go into that strategy, let's say that you have chosen the strategy of listening to meditation. Okay. If you go into that strategy and with this mentality of, oh my gosh, I have to get out of this, or oh my gosh, I have to fix this, or oh my gosh, why am I still thinking this, and blah, 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 then you're in a space of chaos, trying to fix something, try to solve a problem in a frantic way. Okay. But if you change it up in a space of being, and you acknowledge that right now I'm feeling this and that's okay. I'm experiencing this. Let's detach it from you because you're not your thoughts, feelings, or emotions. It's just a human 3D program. Okay. But in that, if you want to do your inner work and you approach it with the outcome in mind and the connection to being peaceful in that meditation, if you're still not feeling that peace, then you're like, okay, that's fine. That's just not the strategy for me to use right now. What's next? Okay, let me listen to something motivational. I'm still running around. My mind is still going. Okay, that's not the one. Let's see, what else can I do? Visualize. Oh my gosh, when I close my eyes, all I can visualize is how awful things are. Okay, we're not going to do that. Let's try and listen to music that uplifts me. Ah, this is it. Okay, do you see where the thought process is different? You're not in a space of being in an outcome. You're not forcing anything. You're figuring out what it is that you want to feel, and you're applying which strategy feels most in alignment right now. And I want to tell you, it will not always be the same. Sometimes you require different strategy. Okay, that's where your emotional intelligence discernment comes in. Okay, let's use the email example. Okay, let's say for business, or here's a better one. Okay, with a spouse. Okay, so let's say, or a partner, or boyfriend, girlfriend, whomever. Let's say that, you're really upset. Okay, they did something, they were supposed to unload the dishwasher and they didn't, and you always do the dishwasher. Again, hypothetical scenario. Okay, now the person that you're being when you send that text is going to result in some sort of outcome. Okay, so if you send the text message while you're super irritated and pissed off, that vibration is going to go and be registered subconsciously by your spouse. It's going to cause friction. Right now, if you calm down and get yourself into, maybe you do the dishwasher, maybe you listen to music, whatever, you get into a space of alignment and thinking and being in a way that is high vibrational, then that's a completely different conversation. Okay, maybe you're working on a business right now. Okay, when you go and you're like, oh my gosh, I need a new lead, or I need to market this product because sales are low or whatever, and you go in and frantically write an email because you're in scarcity, that vibration of scarcity is going to emanate through whoever reads that, which is going to attract the kind of customers that show up to your Etsy account, which is going to attract the certain type of people on your phone, which are going to attract certain people. Like, why are you emailing me? I didn't register for this, right? So it's so important that you connect to your being and who you're being first. And if it's not in a space of high vibrational love, alignment, gratitude, limitless, and pure potentiality, find a strategy to get yourself there. If you need to, create a menu of all the things, all the strategies that you know so far to help you get in alignment, and then go there. Your state of being should be number one. Your state of being should be first, whether it's talking to your spouse, talking to your kids, figuring out a business plan, how you're going to show up for that conversation with your boss, how you're going to show up for that conversation with your coworker, how you're going to show up at the grocery store, right? We don't want to buy the white cheddar popcorn. We don't want to buy the Pop-Tarts, right? Your state of being should be first. What are you being right now, and who do you want to be being? Okay. And then after your being is in alignment, then you're doing. And in your doing, what are you doing? Are you doing a task that's not really making progress but makes you feel like you are? Or are you actually getting an outcome? Okay. All right, guys, I hope this was helpful. Make sure you take notes. Make sure you will listen to this over and over and over again. If you got a nugget, leave it in the comments down below. Okay, like, share, subscribe. Somebody needs to hear this message. Okay. All right, guys, you take care. I will catch you on the next one, and For those who are watching on the Master Your Soul training, I'll see you next week. Take care.